Quali Tonali. I'm going to give you a little cue in about mystical interpretations of that Holy Bible and why I don't totally just trash it, but I understand that it requires a lot more thought than what people think. So when the Christ was forming his disciples, it was 12 to 13 after he had been crucified, because the 13th was now the whole thing. You know, it was partially him also being a part of that. That's why it became 13. But why he even formed it to begin with was because of what Moses did. Moses was not a hero. Not Moses. Well, Moses wasn't a hero, but it's really what Jacob did, Yaqub. Yaqub formed the 12 tribes. He was not a hero either. And he formed them in a modification that was actually unnatural. And so the Christ actually reformed, is the reformation of forming them natural again. But because of the damage that had been done by Yaqub's government, Rome, or the Holy Roman Empire, or whatever, those soldiers that were there at the crucifixion, they had already become comfortable with Yaqub's government, Jacob's government. And so when they crucified the Christ, they laughed and mocked and put that thorn crown and poked aside, and they gained pleasure from the pain that was happening to the Christ. But the thing is that the Christ is also representing, again, his own government that was formed by these 12 disciples. So these 12 disciples were getting a lot of scrutiny for how they were handling things in a natural way. But ultimately, they took their pain and they resurrected themselves the way the Christ resurrected, and they annihilated their enemies by their own egotistical shadows that were unhealed, and they annihilated them. They exposed them. They allowed them to annihilate themselves. They tormented these enemies with truth. And that is why they was 13th, because the Christ had come back with them. And then they were the last ones to receive peace and joy and happiness and keep it and maintain it.